Hey, how's it going, everybody? Adam here with Bigfoot RC. It's been a bit since we did a video, a couple of months at least, anyways. Apologize for that. Been quite busy with work and family stuff, and had a few commission builds that I had to get done as well with the upcoming build season coming on. People were looking for their rigs. So, anyways, we had to take a little bit of break from my own stuff, but we are back right now, and I thought today I would give you guys a quick little tour of my hobby room. I had some people asking about it and show you guys some of the projects that I am working on for myself. The lowrider we're working on, the dually there, we haven't really done much to it since the last video. You can kind of see it in the corner somewhere over there if I can get my finger pointing to it. But let me turn the camera on and we'll go for a quick little walk around of my hobby room here, and I will show you guys what I got cooking, and I will talk about some of the events coming up this summer. Hang tight. Guys, welcome to the Bigfoot Studios here. It's not much. It's actually just a little corner of my laundry room here, and I won't show you too much, otherwise my wife will yell at me. But yeah, this is my little area that I build and do all cool stuff out of. So we got some drag slashes and some grass racers and lots of crawlers. I'm a crawler guy. Also do a lot of printing, so I've got some Creality resin printers. Ender 3 V3 SEs seem to be running around the clock these days for all of the builds you're doing and the parts and pieces that we put out there. But a couple of TF2 chassis that I got some bodies we're prepping, and then a bit of my collection here. So like I said, I'm mostly a crawler guy. I do a lot of crawling builds, mostly all hard bodies, but we got a bunch of printer stuff on the go here. Here's one that I'm building for upcoming events this year for myself. It is a TF2 Blazer that I'm actually converting over to a GCM Jimmy. And we've done a bit of weathering and paint. Got some custom body trim on there, and the interior is slowly coming along. Working through the engine bay right now. A bunch more to come up on that. Right beside it, I have one of the RC Everyday rat rod projects that I've been slowly working on. Haven't been able to get into this a heck of a hell of a lot. I've still got some parts on the go, but you get a rough idea. There's the dually we're working through slowly, but we'll get this back on the bench in the coming weeks, thankfully. That is a big old Hummer. It weighs about 30 pounds. It was one of those off-brand ones you could get on AliExpress or Alibaba, one of the sites. I wound up picking one up in a trade, and I got some ideas and some thoughts for it, so we'll get into that one eventually. That is one of the Mashigans. Again, we're accumulating parts sitting on top of that. This is a Jeep that I just finished up for this summer season. So this is a GCM C-Max 2 that has been all decked out. Got a Jeep body on it, and I'll be able to do a video on this one in the coming days here. But it is pretty well built, lit up like nobody's business, fully detailed interior. The only thing this doesn't have is a detailed engine bay, and eventually I'll get one of these bodies and we'll hack that apart and we'll put an engine bay in there. And then, yeah, I got just a selection of lots of other stuff on the wall, TF2s. I got a few axial Lexans left in my collection. I'm not really a big Lexan guy, more hard body. A couple of more Project Blazers, a little MST chassis with a Pajero body on it. That is a GCM Skeleton that we built a few years ago. Yeah, just a couple anyways. Down here, I did get one of the COE haulers and slowly been working on it. Just recently finished up a new cab, so we painted it a really dark red, and we're going through the process of blacking out all of the chrome right now so you can see the door handles and the mirrors are there. Got to do wheels and so forth. I've got the 3D printed toolboxes that will go into the side of this. Just got to find time. That is a Kyosho Bel Air that we're finishing up to sit on the COE for the show season. But this is cool. We've got the Mexican kind of blanket on there, and a chrome steering wheel, a chain wheel, and all kinds of fun stuff. SMT. I've got one of those Winnebagos, the Tonka Winnebagos, which is in really phenomenal shape. We're going to do an RC conversion on that. I was at a swap meet this weekend and picked up this little MST with, I think that's the Amigo body or the Brat body on it. Not really much done to it. I got it from a good friend of mine, Dana, but we're going to put that on the bench and have some ideas. Another little MST chassis with the Tamiya body on it. Picked that up a couple of years ago and really haven't got into it yet. I do have a box of stuff that we'll get into. Just a body I built a couple of years back that I'm holding on to for sentimental reasons. And then we built a couple of pullers a few years ago. Got a square body puller, and then I've got a old brooder cab on kind of a one-off frame. And I don't know if you guys are interested in that or not, but I can do a quick little video on those. I also am into the lowriders. I really love the lowriders and the Red Cats. So got a Monte Carlo there. This is a Monte Carlo body that we've put on a on-road chassis, and it's more of just a bash and crash. I got one of the Traxxas Vortex, which we'll eventually do something with. And then here's my little garage. It ain't nothing big. Sometimes hard to film some videos on it. I didn't make it deep enough, so I think I'm going to wind up having to build an extension out here that I can fold down so we can do a bit more video on. We got lots of small scale stuff as well. That is a Tamiya Grasshopper. That's one of the little Jimneys, one of the Axial side-by-sides. This is kind of cool. This is an old, I think they were the Radio Shack, little off-road, you know, something we had when we were kids. A bunch of us in one of my local groups, we all picked them up in a lot, and we've got a build competition we're going to be doing with those. So maybe we'll do a YouTube video on converting this from toy grade to hobby grade and the paint job. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. A couple of carpet racers. Same thing down here, just a bunch of little stuff nobody really cares about. This is a 3D printed body that I picked up in trade many a year ago, and it needs a lot of work, but it came with a really cool kind of one-off frame. Somebody put a lot of time and energy into, so again, it's on the workbench. I'm also a pretty avid collector of anything square body when it comes to Hot Wheels and little stuff, so lots of that stuff kicking around. This is a drag car that I picked up on a trade. I believe it's Sean Seeley built. It's got a blow-in engine. It's all custom tube work. Really quite the awesome car. And again, I can do more on that later if we want. This is a Kyosho, I believe. Just a little on-road basher. And then this is kind of my little work area, tucked away right beside the furnace. So in the wintertime, it tends to scream a little bit and get a little bit loud, but it is what it is. This is what I'm working on right now. We have a comp coming up next weekend, or this upcoming weekend, with a local group, the Grand River Crawlerz, and they're doing a tough truck build. So I wasn't going to put one of my hard bodies into that because from what I'm being told, there's enough mud, rock, stone, water to wipe out the toughest of trucks. So I built a part box rig, and it's a little bit dirty because we were out testing it, but essentially all it is SEX 10.2 frame rails, sliders. This is an SEX 10.2 transmission, a kit version that I put the gearing in for a 2-speed transmission. I did put a hobby wing axe in it because I wanted a little bit more oomph. I got to put stuff in balloons and all of that to waterproof it. We got Boom Racing fat axles that were in the part box, tires that were in the part box, some part box rims. And then on the back end, I went and 3D printed a toolbox and kind of a tow boom. So I think we're going for a little bit of the, if you're a fan of Matt's off-road towing, his off-road wrecker look. I did get a new cab because this old cab literally was in my parts box and it is falling apart. So I did go today to my local hobby shop, Paris Junction Hobbies, and picked up a brand new cab for it. That is the Proline Comp Wagon. That is the Proline Power Wagon. So the only real difference is on the Comp Wagon, it has a raised lip, a few different vents and whatnot. But I think otherwise, it's pretty close to being the same. I'm going to go yellow with it. I'm going to do some Bigfoot logos on the door. Hopefully we can get all this done before Saturday when the comp hits. Still just figuring out how I'm going to mount it all here. We'll swap over the visor and probably swap over the back rack because, I don't know, just looks and sounds cool. But I did have it out there the other day just doing some test runs with it, and it is quite the capable rig. So we'll see if it can stand a chance against, I'm sure, what's going to be some pretty awesome rigs at the Grand River Crawlerz event this weekend. So anyways, guys, just a real short video. I kind of wanted to just show you guys around my shop here, give you an idea of what I'm up to. If there's any of the rigs that you saw in the video that you'd like a little bit more info on, let me know. Otherwise, I should be back into some free time to start working on that guy right there with you guys over the next couple of weeks here. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being patient, and we will see you guys shortly.